Hey, it's John from Financial MD. Welcome to today's Didactic Minute. I know you've seen a lot in the news, and we did a special edition video and podcast about the GameStop fiasco and frankly what it revealed in the stock market. And if you look closely or read more detail on some of the articles, you'll see that there's a lot of fear, which tends to happen as we've seen from the last 12 months, frankly, that can be fueled by the news. There's many things that can be over-exaggerated to what they really are. Even very credible people can cite some sources, cite some instances, and say, hey, here's a clear example of why we shouldn't put our money here. And people thought, I heard people say that Robinhood, for example, would be done after what they had done. But to be honest, as much as there may be some influences behind what they did, and I think people always want to find something sinister behind something. So what I want to encourage you to do as residents and fellows and young physicians, be critical thinkers. Read this stuff, read both sides of things in anything. Whether it's political, whether it's financial, whether it's spiritual, whatever you're looking into, be aware of both sides, whatever you believe, and be looking for the truth and be a critical thinker. So when it comes to your finances and where to invest, a lot of people were saying, don't put money at Robinhood anymore, find some alternative things, along with the talk that people were saying, don't put your email with Gmail anymore, or don't search on Google, which I'm not saying that's true or not. I have my own theories and opinions on that, but be aware of both sides, be open-minded when looking into these things. So case in point, when you go to say, I want to buy some stocks, which is still not a bad idea, should you go to Robinhood? Well, understand that wherever you put your money, there's no perfect solution. Wherever you put your money, people are going to say, hey, we would never do what Robinhood would do. Come custody your stocks that you buy with us, whether it's Webull or whether it's Schwab or TDA or anything. All these places paused trading during those GameStop days. And legitimate reasons for sure, even though some may have had some ulterior motives, but understand that in this world, it's a for-profit and capitalist world, right, wrong, or indifferent. And that when you put your money somewhere, if they have rules, such as we have the right to stop trading or suspend trading on a certain stock if we see fit, then they can do that. And they did that. Again, we may not agree with it, or we may say, hey, well, now I should have read the fine print, or that seems kind of shady now. Whatever the case may be, in most of these cases, laws and rules weren't broken. They adhered to their customer agreements. And so just be aware as you're putting your money in stocks trading at certain places, there's risks because these are private companies that can do what they want within the guidance of the law and their own end user agreements. 99.99999% of the time, things are going to go fine. You're going to get the end result you want. But in life, there's risks. In this world, there's risks. There's still, at the end of the day, human beings that are managing investments, controlling things, running these companies. So every once in a while, you're going to run into these things. And you just need to know that jumping ship isn't going to fix everything. And what appears to be a certain way may not necessarily be that way. There's a phrase that we've used before. In fact, I think I took it from Scrubs episode, I'm not sure, but season 2 or 3, when they were looking to try and diagnose something, and JD was kind of reaching, saying it was probably necrotizing fasciitis. And when really it was probably just simple cellulitis. What Dr. Cox told him is, if you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras, okay? Obviously, both can create hoofbeats, but the cause is probably just the simplest explanation. Or Occam's razor is another theory to look at. Basically saying that, statistically speaking, chances are the simplest explanation is probably the right one. This is John from Financial MD. Hope that helped a little bit to get you thinking critically. We'll see you next time.